everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Dee and this is Dee's Reading Lounge, where I'm sharing my love for reading at my own pace. So thank you to all who have subscribed to my little space on the internet. I really do appreciate your support. So this is going to be a small little reading vlog. These are the type of videos that I do really enjoy watching others create. And of course, when I decided to start my channel, I knew this was like a video that I was going to do. And so it is like super early in the morning, and usually, let me see what time it is. It is like 9:28 in the morning, and usually I am out on those streets walking because I'm on a fitness journey trying to lose 10 pounds. I have lost, I have not weighed myself, but I can feel it in my clothes. I know how I have lost about 3 to 4 pounds already. And so first, before I do that, I am going to sit down and read my book, my physical book. I thought about whether or not I was going to do a TBR, monthly TBR, and I am going to be using this TBR jar. I printed out like the books here and there. Now, like I said, I am a mood reader, so if I pick a book out that I don't feel like reading at the moment, I am going to put it down and pick another one, like physically go onto like my cart and pick out another one. So I think I'm going to do that. And the reason why I want to use, and I like the idea of using a TBR jar, is because I feel like it will force me to get these books read. Even though, thank you, Donna. Donna of Donna's Book Addiction reminded me that this is not a competition. When I created this channel, I started this whole thing knowing that this is not a competition, because sometimes I just kind of feel like people put too much pressure on themselves to read so many books. And so I said when I created this channel that I wasn't going to put pressure on myself to read. I'm going to read at my own pace. That is like a part of my intro. And so I just have to continue to remember that, because the more I indulge in content myself, like watching other people's videos, I'm getting distracted and I want to buy and read other books. But even if I want to read other books, because I'm a mood reader and this is a fun hobby, there's no pressure. I'm just going to, let that go and read what I want to read. But I am going to try this TBR jar and try to stick to it as much as I can, but I'm not putting any pressure on myself. If I'm not feeling the book, then I'm going to put it down. Because actually, in August, I did pick out 3 books. 3 books, yeah. I did read one of them, which was the Viola Davis's memoir, and I picked this one up to read as a second book. But I started this 2 days ago, I want to say, and for some reason I had not made it beyond page 3. I just wasn't able to get into the book. Then I remember that this book got really good stars. Like, some people have rated this book 5 stars, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with you that you can't get into this book? What's wrong with you? Try it again. So I did try it again, but then at that point I was like, no, it's not the right time, because if this is truly a 5-star read, and of course people's ratings and things like that, what they feel about the book, it's going to be subjective, of course, so I might not give this book a 5, so I'm not going to put too much emphasis on that. But this book did get high ratings, and so I feel like it does deserve another chance. But in order to keep myself reading and not going crazy and feeling like this is a job, because now I'm on here making videos, I decided to go ahead and just put this book back, and I'm going to eventually pick it up when I'm in the right headspace, because for some reason the words were not wording on the page and it was not connecting with my brain, and I'm like, I can't. But anyway, so let me show you all what I picked up to read. So I am reading Men We Read by Jesmyn Ward. This author has been on my list to get into for several years. She's actually around my age. She was born in 1977. So we are close in age. And so I feel like we have a lot in common already just by reading parts of her story and things like that. Well, maybe not a whole lot in common, but she's definitely relatable, somebody I can relate to. And so I thought I would start with her memoir, just to get a sense of who she is, where she grew up, and maybe that will reveal a little bit about her as I get into her novels. I have not read any of her novels yet, so I thought I would start with this memoir. And then I realized, I was like, this is the second memoir that back to back that you're reading. Is that a good idea? I picked it up, and I have to be honest because this is somebody I don't really know. She's not a celebrity, of course, which that doesn't matter to me. She is an author. The first 2 pages or so weren't really clicking, so I had to kind of start over. But now it's definitely, now that I'm into her story, it is definitely clicking. So I'm right now on page 61, and so I'm going to, this is like my reading lounge, which is just a corner in my bedroom. My bed is not made, so I need to make that bed before I can feel comfortable sitting in this space and reading. This is just a chase lounge by a window that I will open, bring some light in here, and then I'm going to be chilling and reading Men We Reaped. So I'm going to read a few pages, maybe 20 pages, maybe to page 80. I'm going to try to do that, and then I'm going to get dressed to go for my walk. Then I'm going to go downstairs and get some books, because I do have some other books that I need to give away, and there is a free library down the street on my way to where I'm walking. So that's what we're going to do in this video. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you think about this style of video. Okay, so I had to take a little break to read a passage about this book, kind of talk through my feelings of this book. So just a little bit about this video. I will go in detail in a recent reads video regarding all the books that I read, but since this is a vlog and I am reading this particular book, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. In the book, she goes back and forward talking about her ancestors, her mother and father's relationship, and then she focuses on these men in her life that she's known throughout, either growing up with them, relatives, or friends that she's met kind of like when she was a young adult. This particular chapter or part of the book, she's talking about her sister being the middle child, and I was like, that is so relatable. This passage is like so relatable to me because I'm the middle child. And so it says Narissa, which is her middle sister, her sister. Narissa was the middle girl, taking on the middle child role. And once when we were all younger, Joshua, which is her brother, had told her in an argument, "Mama and Daddy love you the least. All of us are special. Mimi, the oldest child, Shireen, the youngest, and I'm the only boy. Think about it." So that just made me like go back to my own childhood, because I am the middle child and I was seen as kind of like a rebel. I felt in that moment, and kind of looking back, that I was kind of overlooked or loved the least. My parents, I felt, but of course they disagree with me. But as a child, I did feel like the, what do you call the middle child? bad apple or something like that. I have a brother, a younger brother. He was a baby boy that could do no wrong or harm. And of course, my sister, who is older, got all the recognition, the praise, anything she wanted to do. You know, money was thrown her way. I was kind of like left out. So that was something that I could definitely relate to in this book. And so I wanted to take the time out and kind of like just talk through those feelings. But yeah, I definitely felt that. Now back to the book. And so in this part, it says, goes on to say, and even though this wasn't true when I guess Joshua made that comment, all of us are special, Mimi the oldest, Shireen the youngest, and I'm the only boy. Think about it. And even though this wasn't true, it colored Narissa's sense of self and made her want to act out. Definitely relatable. I am sitting in my car and I'm going to show you all the books that I got in my garage to put in the free library. Now I should mention that this free library is in front of a high school. So these books, it's a neighborhood too. I'm sure other people go to the free library also. So I feel like these will be good for young people to read. So this one is called The Critical Mind. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in here. I read this one a long time ago. And then I got this one. This is called the Mocha Manual, Turning Your Passion into Profit. Never got around to reading that one, but I feel like that one is, you know, perfect for like high schoolers. And then The Purpose Driven Life. Never read this, but I've always wanted to, but this one is always available at a thrift store. And so if I decided to pick it up, I can always buy it again. Of course, I didn't pay this price for it. I think I probably paid $1 for this book. Anyway, so I'm going to put these 3 books in the free library. All right, guys, so we're out here walking to the free library and getting our 4 to 5 miles in my neighborhood. While I am walking, I do like to get or keep ahead of my reading or top of it so I can, you know, finish things a lot sooner, even though I'm not in a rush, so I can still do the things that are most important to me, like exercise and things like that, and also reading at the same time. I'm going to be listening to an audiobook that I'm currently reading or listening to. It's called Hours. I will put the picture on the screen so you can check that out. So far, I am really enjoying that book. It is different. It is a different book. It's a little bit, I would say, and I have never read anything with like magical realism in there, and so I'm not really familiar all too much with the technique. But if I am correct, I do believe it is a little bit of magical realism in that book. But it is also a historical fiction as well. And so I'm already out of breath, y'all. So I'm gonna put my book on now and just walk these 4 or 5 miles. Okay, y'all, so I am back. As you can see, the sun is sunning, right? It is 6:21, and I'm back in my reading lounge. I did my errands for the day, and so now I'm getting ready to cook. On the menu is taco casserole, so I need to get down there soon to make dinner. But I wanted to come back up here to finish out this vlog, and I want to finish it out by just summing up or summarizing what I have read so far. Now, it's a memoir. I've made it to page 80, and page 81 actually starts a new chapter where she goes back to talking more about like her family. Like I said in the earlier clip, she goes back and forward. One chapter will be about her personal family and background and their history, like her mom, her dad, her grandparents, where they were raised, things like that. And then the next chapter will be talking about these men that she has met either from childhood or knew as she was through maybe family or friends that she got to know as she was a young adult, that she has lost. So I really like that. That's a different approach. I've never, I don't think, read anybody's memoir like that, but I really do like the fact that she's dedicating the men that she has known who have lost their lives in her own personal story, because I guess that does make her story up, because she knew these men. They grew up in the same small town as she did. And so just by the little that I have read, I can already kind of sense the theme of her like novels. And so I do think I'm going to enjoy her writing. So that's all I really have to say about this book. I'm going to continue on reading tonight and hope to get um, some more pages in. And so the next thing I want to show you all is my reading journal. Here it is. I'm sorry about the bright light, but I picked this up off of Amazon. I know. I did not need this. If you know me, you know that I am a notebook junkie. I love me some notebooks. So I wasn't going to get this. I was just going to get use one of the notebooks I already had. But when I went online just to see what Amazon had, because you guys know Amazon has it all. And I am using a microphone, so hopefully I sound a little better. On this part of the recording. Here it is right now. So I'm testing this out too. Let me know in the comment section how I sound. Anyway, so I like the setup of this reading journal. I like the space. And so, yes, I could have done this if I had just used a regular little notebook, but it's already done for me and it's laid out like I like it. So let me show you all. So I like the linen like material and the ivory. I picked the ivory color, something neutral. And then on the front page, it says literature is the most agreeable way of ignoring life, I guess, to escape. I like that. And that was by Fernando Pessoa. And so the front page or the next page, you can put your name, if found. And then it goes on to index. It has an index page. It's like a running list. It seems to be a running list of like all the books that you are reading, I guess. And then the next one is a daily reading tracker, because I do want to read at least 20 pages per day. And then you can go on and put in your reading log for the month, and that is January through December. And this is the first like part of the book. And then it's got a visual reading challenge. I do also like savings challenges and things like that. So it's a fun way to save money. So this is a fun way to visually see how much you are reading on a consistent basis. Right here, just coloring in the books. And then the next page is a wish list, which is really good. I already have some books that I want to put on my list. Another page of lists. A book tracker, borrowed lending. I like that because I do visit my local library, and I need to keep track of when the book is due. As you can see, book tracker from to loan date and return date. So you can have a record just in case they say that you didn't return the book. All right, so that was a lot of like beginning pages. Now you can actually get into the book reviews. And so here's the first page and then a dot grid. So you can put your thoughts or notes on that page. So I like the layout of this. It's got your title, author, and then the details about the book, genre, page length, first published, recommended by. I can put whose channel or who recommended this. Overall rating, when I started and finished it, and then I really love the prompts here. What is the first impression of this book? And then the second question is, what did you think of this book? What will you take away from it? What was the aim of this book? Would you recommend this book? So I think I am going to start this off with the last book that I read, which is, I'm recommending this book to so many people. This is Viola Davis's Finding Me. I recommended it to my best friend. She listened to it and loved it. We just had a full blown conversation about this book. and how we both could relate to it. But stay tuned for like a more in-depth review of this book. And plus, my sister read it as well, and I've been recommending this to coworkers as well. So I think because I had a lot and I learned a lot from reading her memoir, a lot of things that I did not know about Miss Viola Davis, things that I had questioned about her before I read her book. Now I know why, because I read her memoir, that she did the things that she did. But like I said, stay tuned for that. So I'm going to start with that book. But yeah, I love this, and it does have 75 entries. So plenty. I think that'll be plenty. I might buy another one as a backup. The thing about this that I love is that it does have a pen loop. I'm a pen junkie, and I thought that was nice. And then also like a page marker here. Thought that was very nice. So love this. This was very inexpensive. It was only $10. And so that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for coming along with me in this vlog. I have been enjoying making these videos. I've been enjoying reading all of you all who have commented on my channel. And I do look forward to seeing you another time. Take care, friends. Bye.